I talk about this all the time. The number one reason that pets are given up to shelters: behavior. It is in fact the number one cause of death for our pets. A dog that constantly barks or a cat who runs away from you and never seems loving. Well, what do you do about that? There are a million small things that can cause our pets to exhibit behaviors that start to break down the human-animal bond. And once that bond is fractured, families are more likely to decide to give up the pet. The American Animal Hospital Association is taking steps to get veterinarians in front of this conversation so they can help you to address these problems before you get to the breaking point.
I'm very proud that AAHA is taking a leadership role in getting guidelines out for pet owners and for veterinarians, because you're right, this is the next great frontier. It's something we know very, very little about. And to your point, a lot of the information out there can be dangerous because it is misinformation. Behavior highlights the point that pets are individuals, and it's not one shoe fits all. Behavior is something that has to be customized to the individual and their family and their environment. I agree, a lot of pets' perceived bad behavior is because they weren't given the tools or the skills as youngsters to be able to cope in this human-driven world.
But just because your pet doesn't have those skills right now, it doesn't mean these behavior problems cannot be fixed. And oftentimes the behavior is actually the result of a medical issue. Just another reason why routine veterinary visits are really important. Your veterinarian needs the chance to check your pet from head to paw, and you need to have an open and honest dialogue with your veterinarian about what's going on at home. Sometimes we're embarrassed to talk about behavior issues, or we think our veterinarian doesn't want to hear it. That's not the case. If your pet's behavior doesn't make sense to you or it's driving you crazy, as I said, your veterinarian can help.
Behavior is complex and requires dedication and devotion and time. There's not a quick fix in some cases, but the challenge will be to get those cases before they get to that point, that we're not making up a lot of time, that we can actually impact them before there's a significant problem, before they end up in the shelter.
Now, don't think any of that bad behavior is because your pet is mad at you. One of the biggest misconceptions pet owners have is a pet is exacting revenge on an absent owner.
We're giving pets credit for an emotion that they just don't even have. I believe anytime you see a dog wagging his tail when he sees you, they know joy.
We should all know the joy of an absolute loving relationship with our pets, right? That's the ideal, and we can get there. Improving the dialogue with our veterinarians about our pets' behavior can and literally will save millions of lives. You can see the American Animal Hospital Association behavior guidelines at AAHA.org. I'm Steve Dale.